As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusea has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on, I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusean army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusea, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usean peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusean Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusean fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusean Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Useans, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusea, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusea went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone.
As of 1 p.m. today,
The second the declaration hit the news, Erusean forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusean ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusea didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
frozen cassette delete of the Kingdom of Erusea. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Eruseans. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking. Tragic.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusea, on the opposite side of the Osean continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Erusea has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Erusean continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusea are currently appearing throughout Erusea. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusean military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Scofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Two-pronged Squadron, sortie, ASAP. Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep. Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile away. Ground target destroyed.
Air raid! We're being attacked by enemy aircraft! Radar vehicles are under fire! We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
Pull up.
Anti-air radar vehicles are destroyed! Going for the radar car! They got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Attack the radar vehicle!
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
We'll go. Here they come. Take them down. He has a lock on you. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Ground target destroyed.
Fire anti-air gun!
2 targets remaining.
That radar was just about to go online. Push the plant forward too fast. The base was too far from Allied territory. Missile! Break! Break! I've got the numbers and the strength.
The enemy has a lock on you, H2.
Attack the radar vehicle! Return fire! Outstanding. Baited us down. I'm cornered. Trigger, there's one more to go.
H2.
Bring it away.
That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Pull the enemy aircraft away from the base. This one's tail. The clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Fox 2, no, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Attack missed. Here's some feedback from those war merchants. Like your manuals in a language we can understand.
Missile. Missile.
Evade. Continuing attack.
Target is in range of guns.
We're 6 enemies. Some are really good. The enemy has a lock on me. They decided. Attack!
Pull up.
Missile hit.
Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
Caution. Pull up. Missile.
Fox 2. Fox 2.
Huh? Keep your mind focused.
crash in a residential area.
Just worried about staying alive for now.
All right, this base is worth destroying. 4 targets remaining. Missile hit. 3 targets remaining.
Behind target and ready to attack.
God damn it! My brother was in that radar unit. Evading enemy missile. I'm iced up. Mage 2, bandit on your tail.
Missile.
It didn't connect. Missile evading.
Fox 2.
Mage 2, they have a lock on you.
All aircraft, residential areas.
Pull up. Caution.
I'm iced up. Enemy missile inbound. Evading.
Mage 2, missile away.
On target tail.
Missile.
Missile! Break hard!
Missile.
How the hell is the enemy able to hit it so accurately when it's camouflaged?
Missile.
Behind target and ready to attack.
Missile cruising, evading. I'm hit, but still fighting. If we get them on radar, we can't capture them. Stand at the front line quickly.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
He's mine. He's not getting away. Launch preparations complete. Bolts are free. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away. Wait! What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones. Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't matter? He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a minute's warning.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile in the air, evade now! Don't try to read their movements.
On target 6.
H2, enemy has a radar lock on you. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go. Shit! I got an enemy in front of me and behind me.
Don't eyes up in there.
Crap! Aircraft is acting up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds, the ice will melt. I've got him in my
ice formation in the clouds.
I've got him in my sights. Bandits are in the clouds!
Locked. Fox 2! Fox 2!
Where'd he go?
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
I'm on this one's tail!
Missile did not connect. Careful of ice formation in the clouds.
They won't show up on the radar.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
Stall warning.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target is on rails. There's still military...
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours. The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osean, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel II was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel II is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusea's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Gray's Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Chopinburg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Chopinburg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusean forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Squadron. Aircraft preparations complete.
Mage 2, begin takeoff sequence. You're cleared for launch. Mage 2 is away. Mage 2, specified altitude reached. Restrictions lifted. Good luck.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Golem and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Golem 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we get wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins. Enemy reinforcements. I don't like his odds. Fox 2! Fox 2! Bandit in my sight. Lock on. Fox 2. We have him on the run. Friendly aircraft lost.
Golem Q just knocked one down.
This right here is what we call a learning experience.
Roger that.
Mage 2, locked.
Fire 3, bailing out! Missile closing, evading! Let's do the humane thing and put it down! Cargo Squadron, chase them down. Bandit acquired. Firing.
Mage 2, missile launch.
I'm hit! I lost control! Careful, there's a real demon in there. If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn. Friendly lost.
4 remaining.
We're getting our ass kicked. Ah, reinforcements! We're surrounded. We're taking too much damage. I'm on his back. They got me!
3 remaining.
Enemy on my tail! I can't shake him! Gargoyle 2, fire, now! Eject! We got this. We can't recover. We need reinforcements now! Enemy missile detected. Evading. Nice kill.
1 remaining.
Is the enemy command insane? Why aren't they pulling out?
Bandit acquired. Looks like they weren't ready for a fight.
Missile away.
Come on to stand its ass. Once the enemy gets behind me, that's your chance to take him out.
Roger that.
They took a bite out of me. Breaking.
Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat.
They've
to be crazy to pick a fight with us. A rabid dog would know better.
Missile.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
Missile.
Wait, what the hell?
Missile.
Caution! Missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Missile.
We just learned that Erusea is utilizing the arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock. Break, now!
Just waiting for mission command.
We'll live through this, Trigger.
Watch out, we're surrounded!
These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Damn, they're assholes. There's too many of them.
These guys won't do easy.
Missile.
All aircraft, no change in game plan.
Missile. Missile.
Destroy the arsenal bird.
That thing? God help us. You're talking about just keeping up with the drones.
Gold Squadron, take out Big Baby Huey.
Look at that light from the arsenal bird. What's coming on there? Damn, got away.
Missile.
I can't get a read on these bandits. They're dodging everything I throw at them.
Missile.
Golem 1, behind you!
Missile.
Skeleton 1, check
Missile.
Commander. We got me!
Missile.
Damn.
Missile.
Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Missile.
Status?
Verifying the situation.
Golem 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
Missile.
Golem 3, Golem 2's hit! Status report.
Page 2, walking.
Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
Missile.
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton 3, break! Break! Missile!
Golem 3, push 2, pick
Lost
'em!
another friendly!
Skeleton 3's lost.
Just keep coming. What's the plan?
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How's that happen?
Missile.
What the hell? Caution. All aircraft, stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Control ground! I'm breaking up!
Skeleton 2 lost.
Shit, we got incoming!
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. Ignorance earlier, more of us would have survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
We'll go, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
H2, UAV down.
Got you now. Firing. Missile headed for friendly. Not on my watch. Yowza!
Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work.
That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing.
Retreating aircraft, leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe. UAV confirmed down. Locked.
This is where we'll be lost.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
Status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1. Leading Operation Airspace with Golem 2.
Retreating aircrafts. Prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
One advantage. SU-30.
Gargoyle 1, caution, missile!
Fast. It's like he's...
Skykeeper, Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an SU-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run!
Let Golem and Mage Squadrons handle it. They'll pull through.
Get your asses out.
Got one in my sights.
Does Mage Squadron still have their hotshot? Then we just might make it out. Don't look back, just have faith. Golem and Mage, you know you were dead. Okay.
Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
Fourth-rate aircraft. We'll let you take it easy next time.
I'm dead meat. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared. I'm scared.
This is not good. Brody, break off. This one's mine. Smashed.
A few seconds could be life or death for them. Hurry up. I know. All we
This
can
will
do
be.
is fly away as fast as we can. I'm still stocked up. Bring them on.
Hell of a good job, Mage 2. We want as many guys out here as possible.
I'm grateful you're around.
Golem 2, what's your status? Status report.
He's a predator. The weak get eaten.
Golem 2, get a hold of yourself. Golem 2, get away from the enemy.
Mage 2, support! Somebody! Support!
Bandit is down.
Golem 2, lost.
Shit. Skykeeper, where's the one that got brownie?
I'm afraid he's long gone by now. Sorry. All UAVs have been splashed.
I said what I had to say. About what? Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA. That was the right decision at the time. No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
H2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach. The deck is clear. H2, you are cleared for landing. 3,000 to carrier. Lower your speed. H2, bank left. 1,500 to carrier. H2, lower your nose. You're too high. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. bank right. 1500 to carrier. Mage 2, lower your nose, you're too high. Mage 2, what's the problem? Land immediately. To carrier. Mage 2, get that plane down. I repeat, get that plane down. Mage 2, bank right. 1500 to carrier. Be nicer to your plane, Mage 2. I knew you'd be back. Now return to base.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Golem and the other base's squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up.
1, go. So, your first hunting season begins.
Enemy reinforcements. I don't like these odds.
Fox 2! Fox 2!
Made that in my sight. Lock on. Fox
2. Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.